Okay, this is the second video of the 3, and we're going to look at adding and subtracting polynomials. And you've been doing this for a while now because adding and subtracting polynomials isn't that much different than like terms. So just to review what like terms are, if we had 3n squared, 5n squared, and negative 9n, those are not all like terms. Those two are like terms, but this one is not. And the reason is because once we know what n is, this is going to be n squared. This is going to be n squared, but that is just going to be n. So if you think about putting a 7 in place of n, this would become 49, this would become 49, but this one would still be 7. So this one is not a like term with those two. And then otherwise, we're just going to use the rules that you learned in, I think, Math 7, maybe Math 6, about combining positive and negative numbers. All right, so for our first example, we're going to actually number some examples here. So for example number 1, let's add 4a squared plus 2 with 6a squared minus 5. All right, so what we're going to do is just look for like terms. So I see that those two are like terms with each other, and I'm adding them. So 4a squared plus 6a squared is going to equal 10a squared. And then I also notice that this and this can be combined together because those are like terms. So we have a positive 2 plus a negative 5, and when we combine those together, we get a negative 3. All right, let's try a subtracting one. How about 7n plus 9 minus 3n minus 6. Okay, so again, we're going to look for like terms. So I notice that 7n and 3n are like terms, but I have to remember I'm subtracting. So it's almost like we have to distribute the subtraction sign. So we're really going to do 7n minus 3n, which would equal 4n. And then I notice that these two are like terms. And again, we're going to do 9 minus negative 6, which would be the same as 9 plus 6, which makes this 15. All right, let's try trinomials. So for example 3, 5x squared minus 3x plus 4, and we're going to subtract from that 11x squared minus 2x plus 8. All right, again, just looking for like terms. So 5x squared and 11x squared, but we are subtracting. So 5x squared minus 11x squared is negative 6x squared. Negative 3x and negative 2x are like terms. So negative 3x minus negative 2x would be negative 3x plus 2x, which gives me negative 1x. And then positive 4 and positive 8 are like terms. So we have positive 4, so 4 minus 8. So 4 minus 8 is negative 4. So in the end, all that you have left, all of these should be unlike terms, because if they were like terms, you should have already put them together. All right, so let's try one more that has more than, let's see, example 4. How about 9y squared plus 6 minus 2y squared plus 7y minus 3. And then we're going to add, how about 6y plus 1. All right, same thing, just 3 different polynomials. So we have a binomial, then we're going to subtract a trinomial, and then add a binomial. So you can go straight across and look for like terms, or you could do these two together first and then take that answer and add it with that. I'm going to go ahead and go straight across. So I'm going to look for the y squareds first. And then remember that the y squared is the highest variable, the exponent, so that one's going to come first. So this is 9y squared minus 2y squared. So that would equal 7y squared. Then I have I don't have a y in this one. I have a y right here, and I have a y right here. So I can think of this as having a 0y, and then that way we have 0y minus 7y plus 6y is going to equal negative 1y. And then for the last term, we have a 6, a negative 3, and a 1. And those two colors are kind of close, but all right, so we have 6 minus negative 3, which would be 6 plus 3, so that's 9, plus 1, so we have 6 plus 3 plus 1, so this is 10. And that covers adding and subtracting. Remember, if you need to go back, rewind, or replay any part of the video, please do that.